It's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to A Perfect Side, where I take it's got to be an album, it's not got to be a CD. It had to come out on vinyl, and I either say I prefer side 1 or side 2. And today's album is a great album all round, and it's Led Zeppelin II. So from Led Zeppelin, don't have to go into the history of this band. They're just one of the best bands ever, in my opinion. So Led Zeppelin II was the second album, hence the name, and it was released on the 22nd of October 1969. So let's have a look at side 1. So it opens up with one of the most recognisable songs with a recognisable riff. And it's actually Whole Lot of Love. Great vocal from Robert. Oof. Bozo's drumming's great on it, and that great riff from Jimmy. Great track to open up an album, isn't it? I love this track. This killer. Up next, What Is and What Should Never Be. One of my favourite tracks by Led Zeppelin. I love Jimmy's great jazz bit of guitar on this. Great bass line from John Paul Jones. And then you get that bit where you're under the headphones. Dun-dun, 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 dun, boom, boom. Great vocal from Robert Plant as well. It is just a classic. Great track. Up next, the Lemon Song, the bluesy start. Then you get John Bonham just bitching up the piece. Great bluesy guitar solo, and it's got the immortal line, "Squeeze me, baby, till the juice runs down my leg." How rude is that? But brilliant track. This last track on side 1 is the wonderful Thank You. Gentle. You've had 3 killer heavy tracks, and to end the song they just bring it down with that lovely acoustic guitar and stuff from Jimmy. Brilliant track. So we'll flip it over. We open up again with one of them classic opening riffs of a side. Absolutely brilliant. Great vocal from Robert again, and I love it goes straight into the next track, Living Loving Maid. Heartbreaker Part 2, isn't it? Absolutely great guitar riffs on this from Jimmy. Oh. And then we go to a gentle track, and it's the brilliant Ramble On. Mellow start, and then it builds up. It's just a great piece of music. And then we have Moby Dick. I like it to an extent. I'm not a huge fan of drum solos on that studio albums. The best version of this is a live version, which you get on The Song Remains the Same, because it's a bit more intense and you can watch John doing his craft. But in the studio, no. Even though it's only 4 minutes 20, you don't need this. It's a great track, but yeah, I just don't like the bit of a drum solo in the middle of it. And the album ends with a good old-fashioned bluesy song called Bring It On Home, the harmonica. It starts off with it's recorded in 1920, and then it comes in with a great rock riff. Fantastic. Oh dear. This is the bit I hate. Oh, an album that I love Play it to death. I did have it on CD, but haven't got it now. But thankfully, I can listen to it on Spotify or on my iPod. If I'm at home, I tend to put it through Spotify and crank it up through the system. There's some great tracks on here. I think every one of them's just top draw. Jeez, this is tough because you got both sides open up with killers. Heartbreaker, Living Loving Maid, and a whole lot of love. This was a hard one. It still is now. I'm still sort of umming and ahhing. The first three songs on side one are just classics. As much as I love Heartbreaker and Living Loving Moan and Ramble On, and I do like Moby Dick and Bring It On Home, but I think them last two tracks on the album, and how can you say they're not the weak? They're not weak, but compared to the others, they're not as good. Oh, that's the wrong way of putting it, isn't it? They're all good, but I'll just say, for me, it's side one, because a whole lot of love, What Is and What Should Never Be, and the Lemon song are just brilliant songs, and Thank You is gorgeous. So I am going to go with side one on this one. As much as I love side two, I think side one to me is the pinnacle. So it's side one today. Oh, this was tough. Ooh, you should see the one I got for next week. That was tougher. But yeah, so we're going to go with side one today. I always like to hear what your favourite side of this album is in the comments below. So I look forward to hearing what you think of this album. But it is a blooming good album, full stop. Okay, that's all for today. My nose has gone itchy until it's nice. My hay fever's a little bit this morning. So I can sort my nose out. It's itching like a good one. So that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow, and we've got an album ranking of Starship, just to tidy up the Starship family, and then probably one of the most controversial things I've ever done, I'm going to tell you about some bad Beatles songs. I'm expecting a lot of stick from that, but there we go. We can all like everything the same. So that's what's coming up tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone, and bye for now.